It's the year 2000 and Princeton Baptist Church marches into the next century strong and determined to carry out the Great Commission. The year begins with a Valentine banquet sponsored by the Messenger's Sunday School class. In July, the church voted to call Keith Pleasant as part-time minister of youth and to call John Collier part-time minister of music. Our youth attended Camp Lookup, where they were inspired by small groups, worship time, and activities designed to draw them closer to Christ. That summer, tremendous renovations of our sanctuary were completed. A love offering was taken by the church on September 16th for fallen firefighters who gave their lives in the terrorist attacks on the two World Trade Centers in New York City and the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. Over 3,000 lives were lost in this tragedy, and the nation, as well as our community, saw a mass return to the church as people sought God's guidance through this difficult time. 2002 brought a desire for more missions, and 3 trips were planned for Alaska. Richard and Jennifer Toller were the first to leave, and Benny, Wendy, and Chris Langston, along with a few others, led a second group to Fairbanks. The third group traveled to Healy near Anchorage to work on the framing of an addition to the Morning Star Baptist Church's sanctuary. In Boone, several families took part of their vacation time to do family missions. In March of 2003, our church lost a long-time faithful member, David Pierce, who had served as deacon, Sunday school teacher, choir member, and headed up the Homebound Tape ministry. David Pierce was a contractor who supervised construction of the present building. He scaled the steeple many times and the roof line to make sure our building stayed in good shape. He traveled to several states and foreign countries with the Baptist Men's Ministry. Isaiah Pierce, his father, built the original Princeton Baptist Church. Mr. David will long be remembered for his precious voice and his desire to sing his favorite song. Not only did he sing it, he meant it as he sang it from his heart. I'd rather have Jesus than fortune and fame. In October, Reverend Lee Ames of Frankfort, Kentucky was invited to speak. Following the morning service, the church voted to call him as pastor. In September, the church voted to hire Dwayne Batten to serve as minister of youth and music, and Melissa Ames was hired as our minister of children. That fall, Hurricane Katrina devastated the Gulf Coast states of Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana. North Carolina Baptist men and teams were sent to assist the people of that area. Our church packaged food for the Baptist men as well as sent teams. Jerry Oliver, Joe Baker, and Bobby and Arlene Toller went to assist with their designated teams. On November 13th, the church commissioned 20-plus individuals to travel to Gulfport, Mississippi to assist in the continuing relief efforts in that area. With the untimely death of Keith Edwards, the church met to dedicate and ask God's blessings on the Keith Edwards Disaster Relief Trailer. Keith was very active in missions and an excellent carpenter. Keith oversaw the renovations of our new sanctuary. In fact, his funeral was the first in our newly renovated sanctuary. Keith left behind 2 young boys that the men of Princeton Baptist Church took under their wings. In April, Lee and Melissa Ames resigned their positions at PBC, and in September, the church called Dwayne Batten as pastor for PBC. Although we were excited to have Dwayne as our new pastor, he resigned as minister of youth and music. We have been busy and we have been active, but more importantly, we have tried to do God's will. As we go forward, our focus has moved from inside to more outside with the hopes of fulfilling the Great Commission.